Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we got a, I guess, relatively bigger video in terms of hype. We got basically the two giants clashing against each other. We got the GX versus the GK6s. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys which one I prefer personally and just my overall take on the just different aspects like build quality, in terms of traction, fit, cushion wise, and which one I would pick, just in my personal opinion. But of course, these are basically running the Kobe scene right now. GX has been killing it with the colorways and just been posing a huge threat. I'm pretty sure they're basically taken over in terms of the sixes department. I've seen a lot more QCs about GX, so I had to get my thoughts around it, give GX a try, and eventually post the comparison, which is what I'm going to do right now. So let's get started. In terms of, and this is going to be like a performance, I guess, comparison video. I'm not really going to go down to the aesthetics, is because they're already so accurate to the point where, there's not really a huge issue, like discrepancy between each other. So starting off with the traction, these are both good on a semi-dusty court, whether it be translucent outs like this one or the solid rubber like the EYBLs. Still phenomenal performance on both. I didn't really see any issues with that. In terms of cushion wise, this is where it gets a little bit I guess dicey. I have my different opinion about GX. I think it's a little bit too stiff in the I guess plate carrier, as one of my buddies said. They're basically a little bit more stiff, so they take more break-in time. I did put adequate break-in time on both. I did play in them pretty much equal times, and then I think this GK would take the cake on that, especially with the bounce and the zoom. I just feel like it's a little bit more better compared to the zoom in the GX, and this is my personal opinion. I like the more bouncy ride, and just the overall feel. It feels a little bit more soft on foot compared to the GX. It feels a little bit more stiff and I guess lower. And just that's really my biggest gripe about GX in general, as you'll see in this video. It's more like the stiffness of the shoe, despite the break-in time. In terms of fit, I would say these are pretty similar. As you can see, the forefoot is relatively the same size. Maybe the GX is a little bit more narrow, not really. Pretty much you want to follow the same rules. So I personally went true to size in both of these, and they were a semi-tight fit before I broke them in, and now they fit fine. But if you're like a newcomer or you want to be safe, make sure you go up half a size. That's actually what most people actually recommend. That's about it for the fit. In terms of durability wise, this is where I think I might give it to GX here. Here's the thing, like when you're giving out like free replacements and also have like, personally I felt like these have like a stronger build quality. I think GX would take that. It's just mainly the issue with the outrigger here that can come off, like some people, like just a very, very small sample size compared to the orders actually being put out. And they also offer free replacements, so there's no really issue with that. But just like the glue and the feel itself, I tried to peel it back, like it's just it feels very, very strong. In comparison to the GK, I think there is a crack basically going through the shoe after playing around at the same time. I mean, it's not really a huge issue because it's not actually going to split open at that point. It's just a little bit disappointing to see, like, this is just a very, very small crack. But I don't really think it's gonna spread. It could spread. It just, time will tell, but that's just my biggest issue with it. But in terms of the separation over here, there is no separation. The glue's actually, I've never seen anything separate from this portion, oddly enough, compared to the GX side, which I've seen a couple photos of it. But yeah, so durability wise, definitely go to GX. In terms of like comfort, again, kind of goes hand in hand with the cushion. I would probably choose GK over the GX for in terms of comfort, and this is just my personal opinion. I think the uppers just take too long to break in. Again, these are both broken in with the same adequate amount of time. I feel like the GK feels a bit more soft than the GX. I'm not sure if maybe it's just the material on these specifically, or maybe it's this one. But I have my fair share of Kobe's, and these are the two main ones that I play in, and these feel a little bit more soft compared to these ones, just in terms of comfort wise. And then during long play times, I would have my pinky toe, it's either my pinky toe or the ball of my foot that would start basically getting squeezed, or I guess there's too much friction. That would just like basically make my foot, like I wear elite socks, so those do help with the padding, but I think my foot just started hurting, like the pinching / friction wise right over here. It's either this side or it's in the outer side of my pinky toe, and I do have like a semi-wide foot. That would just, yeah, it would just hurt like quite bad. And this is post break-in time. Yeah, so that was my issue with it. I did do an insole replacement and those felt a little bit better. But just given that the average person might not have the, insole replacement and have to play with the stock one, does raise a little bit of concern for me, just in terms of like my foot shape, if they do have a similar one to mine. But in the general consensus, I heard they were fine, so yeah. That's pretty much it. Went over traction, cushion, fit, durability, support. I would just put these at the same. Honestly, didn't roll my ankle in these or injure myself. Two just very, very strong front runners of the Kobe scene. So that's pretty much it. That wraps up my ideas or thoughts about the GX versus GK comparison that I know definitely some people want to know from a huge collector like myself. But yeah, feel free to leave a comment what you guys think. If you guys think my ideas are opposing the general public or like are crazy hot takes, I would like to know. Or if anyone has the same experience as me, yeah, that would be also interesting to know. But that's just my personal opinion, my honest opinion about these two shoes, these two front runners. GK is a little bit more expensive compared to GX, so obviously if you're contemplating on maybe like some of the cheaper batches like S2 or WKB versus GX, I would 1000% choose GX over that. But maybe a hot take,